Hi everyone, my name is Steph, this is the Novelty Corner, and today I'm going to be sharing some of my favourite paranormal romance covers from books that I read this year. So I have already done one part of this series where I've shared my favourite contemporary romance covers from this year. Some of these are 2021 releases, some of them are not, they're just backlist titles, but I'm going to share them anyway. There may be a fantasy or sci-fi title thrown in here as well, just because, I don't know. I'm clearly not really good at categorising my books. Alright, let's jump into it. So, I'm going to start off with two Katee Robert books. So there is Heir, which is the second book in the Bloodline Vampire series, which just has a very gorgeous colour scheme, and I love the model on the front. The whole thing is just very atmospheric, and I also really like the cover for Queen as well. So they are just very beautiful and thematic, and they fit the series really, really well. Another book that I love the cover of, and in fact I love the cover of both the US and the UK version of the book, is Archangel's Light by Nalini Singh. So this is the US mass market, and this is the UK trade paperback. I think they're just exquisite. So this is the Guild Hunter series, and this is the first romance, and it is between two of Raphael's 7. I love the painting for this one, it's just gorgeous. And then I love how this matches the UK trade paperbacks, but it features both Ilium and Aiden's wing colours on here. So I love them. I loved this book. It was really, really good. We're getting lots of series in here because the paranormal romance series covers are always great. So the next two, I have one physical copy and I'll pop a picture on the screen. It is part of the Prime Mating Agency series by Regine Abel. I Married a Birdman is my favourite cover of the series. I really love this cover. And then I also really like I Married a Naga. The only book cover in the series I'm not as thrilled with is the first one, but these two are great. A novella that I really love the cover of is The Witch's Wolves by Ellie McGregor. I just love the point of view of the heroine. So we see her back and she's looking into the forest. It is kind of a little bit of a Little Red Riding Hood retelling. She runs off into the woods and then she ends up finding two wolves. It is an MMF romance. If you just want something short and gorgeously written, this is the one to pick up. I also love the cover of Witching Moon by Poppy Woods. I love the blues and the purples. It's very atmospheric. The two protagonists on the front cover are just gorgeous. The whole thing just feels very magical, and that's exactly what the story felt like while reading it. I have continued to love the covers of the Stay a Spell series by Juliette Cross. So you have Witches Get Stitches and you have Walking in a Witchy Wonderland. I just love these little illustrations that always have little symbols of what you'll find in the story. So this book features werewolves and magic. Walking in a Witchy Wonderland is the Christmas one. So there are some Christmas ornaments and decorations. You have Fred, and it's all just very, very pretty. Another author whose book covers I'm really enjoying is Lillian Lark. So this one is not technically paranormal romance. This one is sci-fi romance, but it's Tangled Wires. And I just like the simplicity of it. She has a very specific colour scheme going on. It's very blues, purples and greens. So there's 3 of Hearts and Pair of Fools, which is the most recent one. And all the covers just match. That makes my heart happy when things match. And also Stalked by the Kraken, which is just really fun because you have the elements of the Kraken, which are sort of these highlighted images in the background. And it's cool. And then finally, a cover that I really loved recently is the cover of Fated Blades by Ilona Andrews. This is the 3rd book in the Kinsman series. And the more I look at this cover, the more I fall in love with it, because it represents one of the final scenes in the book. And there is this element of fighting and dancing being similar, which, I mean, that's a common thread through most things. But this really encapsulates that scene because both of these characters are fighters, and by the end of the book they have to learn how to work together. So I just love the symbolism of this cover, plus the colour scheme is gorgeous, and I would really like a physical copy of it when it comes out next year. So those are some of my favourite paranormal romance book covers from books that I have read this year. In the comments I would love to know, what are your favourite paranormal romance book covers from this year? If you want to let me know that you're here but you don't want to leave a comment, feel free to leave a wolf emoji down below. Otherwise, I hope that wherever you are in the world you're staying safe and healthy, and I'll see you tomorrow for my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye everyone.